Hello, Internet. Hi, Internet. I'm Matt Haas, professional fun haver. This video is all about me. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about who I am. And hello to the Ecamm staff. Hi, Ecamm staff. This is the first day of one of their challenges where they want you to create every day in April. So I'm doing that. Here's who I am. I am a father, a husband, and a geek. The word geek is a term of endearment in my household. One of my many email addresses has the word geek in the email address. I seek to remove mediocrity from every aspect of my life. I am not someone who is complacent, who sits still, who veges out on the couch. That's not how my mind works. I love to learn. I am a lifetime learner of everything. I have so many different creative passions. And here's the thing. Everything that mankind has figured out has been written down. It's all out there. You could learn anything that you want. And believe me, I do. I am a creative professional. I have a college degree for graphic design. That's right. I went to art school. Right out of art school, I started doing technical illustrations. Well, textbook illustrations, not just technical, but all kinds of illustrations for the college textbook market, the science, engineering, and math. That's what I did, and I was really good at it. And I got promoted quickly to supervisor, then manager. Next thing I knew, I was running the whole place, and I wasn't being creative. I wasn't actually doing the rendering of the artwork. And I found myself doing boring management tasks like tracking vacation days and spreadsheets. I was like, I need time to be creative. How did I solve that conundrum? Programming. I taught myself database. I taught myself web development, and I started capturing and automating all of this boring office minutia so I could just have a little bit of free time to be creative. So with this web development skills that I have acquired, I have launched and have the admin rights to 107 websites for small and medium-sized businesses. And 11 of those, I don't have 11 fingers, 11 of those websites are ones I actively use today. I've got quite the empire going with creative endeavors. And there is another system. There is a 108th system I created, which is not for a small or medium-sized business. It is for a large business. It is for a big corporate player. I hand wrote a plant management system for a manufacturing company that does books, a book manufacturer. This system has been going strong for 12 years. I barely touch it. I wrote the code from the ground up. It does everything from taking the order to tracking the manufacturing to shipping it to sending out the invoice. It doesn't do accounts receivable, but it does every business function except that. And it is mission. If it goes down, hundreds of people can't do their work. Hundreds of people use. Anyway, why am I telling you this? It's because I know how to create systems at a large scale. I've done it. I know how to do the server architecture for that type of environment, and I know how to write the code for that type of environment. What am I getting at here? YouTube. I have a channel called All Things YouTube because I understand how platforms like YouTube works. I understand how they work. And that's the type of mindset I have. Like, I start using a piece of social media and I go all in. I learn every knob, every switch, every button, every drop-down menu, every feature. I want to know it all. Also, with systems like YouTube, they have tried to make their robots or bots or algorithms, their code, they tried to make that predict what people will do. And I'm also quite the study of human behavior. That's another passion of mine. Why do people choose A versus B? What is going through people's heads? That's a lot of what YouTube is. So I have jumped into the YouTube ecosystem, and I seek to help people stop making mediocre videos. This is my slogan. Make searchable videos people actually watch. People, not bots, not 10,000 cell phones from a third world country. Actual people, actual audience. That's how you become successful on YouTube. Whatever your business is, whether you're selling something, you're an influencer, whether you're sharing your passion, none of it's going to be successful without people. You need people. You need an audience. All Things YouTube is really supposed to be called How to Grow an Audience channel, but that doesn't have a nice cadence to it. So that's who I am. That's who Matt Haas is. I go. I grab onto something and I go all in. And it doesn't matter. 3 years ago, I started to learn the piano. I'm no spring chicken. But I decided to learn. I've never played an instrument, didn't know how to read sheet music. I'm jumping into it. And I love learning about it. All kinds of other passions I have. I could have so many YouTube channels. These are my YouTube channels I have now, but I could have YouTube channels on graphic design. I could have YouTube channels on Adobe Illustrator. I'm a certified expert in Adobe Illustrator. I took the test. I'm expert level. I'm a former teacher of Illustrator and Photoshop and Quark Express, which isn't around anymore. InDesign sort of took its place. So I love the 2D space. I love video editing. That seemed to be the next step in my creative journey because I was in the 2D art all my life with the textbooks and publishing. And so why don't I try video editing? I loved it. What's the next step after that? Audio. Okay, now I'm learning how to do music. Composing and music seems the next step. I'm a weird hybrid, not because I'm creative and I have the web development together. Those are two separate skill sets, and they don't often combine in the same person, but that's who I am. Almost forgot about Quark Express. David W. Ryan. Hello, everyone. Marilyn's here. I love the Purple Hearts. Thank you. I love you too, Marilyn. I do, sincerely. Jamie Rose. I want to be able to feel confident enough to speak about what I love to do, like you do. Yes, I should teach a class on that. Lucky me, I have an All Things YouTube sticker. That's right, I have stickers. If anyone wants a sticker, let me know. I'll mail it to you anywhere in the world. Just let me know. Ken Robinson, let's face it, you're a broadcaster at heart. I love sharing what I do. And see, look at that term. This is one more peek under the hood at Matt Haas. Broadcaster. I am broadcasting. But when you think of the term broadcasting, you often think about television, radio, and movies. Those are kind of one-way channels to the large audience. Those are legacy media. Television, movies, and broadcast radio. Now, I love my creative professionals who work in those industries. You are my people. I love you to death. I love all creative people. But with those legacy industries, you need permission to have an audience. You need to pitch your show to a TV station to have access to their audience. You need to beg and plead to get airtime on public radio. You need to have large sums of money and get many different constituents, production companies, distribution companies to do a movie in Hollywood. That is a barrier. We're on the freaking internet, baby. We don't need anyone's permission. That's my entire mentality. If I want to do something, you're not going to stop me. I don't need anyone's permission to get myself in front of a worldwide audience. This is the internet. Any country can watch this stuff. I love it. I want to take the middleman out of the equation. Power to the independent content creator. I meant it. I don't want people making mediocre garbage on YouTube. There's a lot of mediocre garbage out there. And here's the thing, folks. You don't need fancy equipment and you don't need to spend extra time. You just need to know how to tell a good story, how to capture your content, and how to edit it. And it doesn't take more time and it doesn't take more money. Do it correctly and you can get people clicking and you can get people watching. I truly want to elevate the independent content creator on YouTube. It's an awesome space. It's free to use. Free video platform. Are you crazy? Like, how does this exist? People are like, oh, Matt, this is a tough time we live in. It's a hard slog through life right now, and there's a lot of issues with our society. In many ways, yes, but in many ways, no. This is an exciting time we live in because you can reach a worldwide audience. You have to have something to say, and you have to be entertaining, and you have to make good decisions to craft your content. Not expensive, not more time. When has that ever existed? I am building a second YouTube studio that's going to tap into my existing computer and my existing capture cards. All I'm going to have to do is click 2 AB switches to switch HDMI switchers, take my 2 expensive cameras and my mouse, put those in a little basket and walk next door, and I'm going to have a second studio with consumer level gear, and it's going to cost me less than $800 to run cables and do some other fancy stuff to get all that equipment 50 feet away. My mic's going to tap into the Rodecaster. My mic's going to tap into the Rodecaster Pro here. Everything's going to tap into the computer. Like, how is that even possible? It's just not. The television show Haas. Do you know the television show Haas? That is about doctors. Very successful primetime television show. The last 3 episodes of that entire franchise, they ditched their $250,000 Hollywood television video cameras, and they used the consumer level Canon 5D Mark II. Now, at the time, that camera was $5,000, but that is something a person can do. Like, that is achievable at a consumer level. Now, you got your iPhone, you got a recording studio, or all of the gear that I have here, I've cobbled together, squirreling together $40 at a time, kind of piling up my money and just slowly upgrading my equipment. But I've done it on a consumer budget. Like, I didn't need to go to a Hollywood producer. I didn't need to beg and schmooze and bribe a television producer. No, I did it all myself. It's an amazing time we live in. And there's a world of people out there that could listen and be inspired or buy your products. You can sell stuff on the internet. Selling stuff isn't a crime. Selling stuff isn't immoral. Make that money. But it can be good content. It doesn't have to be mediocre. I've got it. I know how the algorithm works. I know what people want. I know how to craft videos. I know how to be successful on YouTube. That's who I am. And that's my motivation, baby. This is going in the Ecamm Live community Facebook group. And I'm also doing another community challenge from Liz, and that's going to be fun too. Yep. Oh, talking about my stickers. Yep. I work in TV production. Now a lot of producers are looking at YouTube content for the ideas and talent. You know, I also run around in the woodworking circles, and a lot of people I know have over 100,000 subscribers, like a substantial, like multiple dozens of people I'm personal friends with that have over 100,000 subscribers on their woodworking channel. That's kind of how I started YouTube. That's my largest community, is my woodworking community. And one of the guys says to me, Matt, you'll never guess. I have this great opportunity. I'm like, oh, tell me about it. What are you doing? He goes, I'm going to be interviewed on the radio. I'm like, crickets. And no, it's going to be on the public radio. I'm like, you realize you're doing them a favor, right? Like, you are bringing your audience to the radio. You're not going to get new people. I'm like, who's helping who here? Like, come on. The guys that did Making Fun on Netflix. I know all of them. They're all my friends. These are YouTubers that they gave a Netflix show to, and they did an 6 or 7 or 8 series show on Netflix. And it's crazy. Matt, to prove your point of worldwide audience, I am watching you live 15,000 kilometers from where you are in Australia. Right on, brother, right on. JV's show has honestly helped me so much on getting used to being on the camera. Good. Time on task, baby. You got to do. You can only plan so much. Do. Throw the spaghetti against the wall, see what sticks. All right, people, I've gone on. This is who I am. I'm a geek. Geek is not a bad word. I love the geek. And I'm also stuck in the 80s. Masters of the Universe, coin-op video games. Hair bands for life, baby. Bye, my creative people. Stay awesome. Join my Facebook group, too, while you're at it. I'll teach you how to be good on YouTube. All right.